Hello Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Denise and this is Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, my channel about cross stitch. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. Happy July, y'all. It's funny, people say, oh my goodness, I can't believe it's July. And the whole time I'm saying, I can believe it's July. It's freaking hot out there. It is so hot. It's been so hot for so long, but it's summertime, so here we are. I hope you all enjoy your Independence Day, 4th of July celebrations, if that's something that you celebrate. I allowed my family to talk me into going to Carowinds, although it was about 96 degrees that day. And I don't know, maybe you could tell by now, I don't do heat. That is the time, summer is the time that I just like to hibernate. There's not anywhere that I really want to go that is outside of my home. So we went a little later in the afternoon so that it wasn't as brutal. We had the baby with us, which was the first time that we were attempting that sort of thing. And I have to say, she was a trooper. She did so well. Kudos to mom, because she seemed to be comfortable the entire time. And I must say, even it wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be as far as the heat was concerned. And so don't tell anybody, but I might do it again. I personally didn't ride any rides because I'm kind of over that. I've done it all, and it's okay. I can keep my 2 feet on the ground right now. But yeah, we are planning to go back, and it was a fun time. It was a fun time, and literally Carowinds is literally like 10 minutes from my house. So there's that. Like, how can you not go? It's that kind of day. How can you not go to Carowinds? It's right there. Also, we also went to see Disney's Inside Out 2, which I thought was absolutely amazingly done. I loved it so much. I urge you to take the children in your life to see it. And Anna from Stitch Roadies, who, if you're not watching Anna, you need to be, and I'm going to link her in the description box below. Anna from Stitch Roadies also went to see it. She took her grandson, and so I asked her in the comments if she stayed to the very end after the credits, and she had not, and asked me what happened. And honestly, I remember it being worth waiting, but I couldn't remember what happened. So I had to text message my granddaughter and ask her, what happened at the end? Okay, so then when she refreshed my memory, it was absolutely, I remember, yes, it was absolutely worth waiting for. So if you go and see Disney's Inside Out 2, be sure to stay until after the credits for a really cute little ending there. Let's see. If you're ready, let's talk about some stitching. Let me tell you, I have so much stuff. I have so much stuff for you guys today. I have a lot, and I am happy about it. Okay, so I like to go over the questions and comments at the beginning of the video so that all of us in this little community on the interwebs will be on the same page about what's been going on with us and follow-ups to questions and comments. So, Danny of All Arts, who has a channel here on YouTube as well, asked if the Halloween freebie by Doreen Jones, which I will be showing you in a little while, because I have more to say about that. She wanted to know if the Halloween freebie by Doreen Jones was still available. I did take a look because I generally download these charts from her Facebook group. I'm trying to think now, is it a group or a page? And I did take a quick look and I did not see it there. So if any of you happen to know where we can still get that chart from, please do let us know in the comments. Please let us know. Let's see. She also, Danny of All Arts, also wanted to know if the chart for Rosina Dizery provides any history about her. And I am happy to say that it absolutely does provide history, and it is quite interesting. And so, again, that may be something that is worth checking out for you. Who else do we have here? Susan. On this same basic note. Okay, so let me just back up for a second in case you're new here. So Rosina Dizery is one of few Black samplers. Okay, I'm rephrasing again. One of a few rare samplers that was stitched that we know about by a Black girl that has been reproduced. And so Susan tells me that she's seen samplers stitched by Black girls on display at MESDA, which is a museum in Old Salem, and the museum in Colonial Williamsburg. She's wondering why museums own and don't reproduce or publish their samplers. And she's asked a lot of questions at museums and no one knows the answer. So that's very interesting. It of course sent me down a little bit of a rabbit hole. I did research a little bit about MESDA. I did take a look at some of the samplers, which are absolutely gorgeous. And I am seriously considering a trip to MESDA, which is in, MESDA stands for the Museum of Early Southern Decorative Arts. And it's in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is a hop and a skip, hop and a jump. Is that how you say it? From me. It's really close by. And so I am seriously considering planning a trip there because this is something that I absolutely want to experience for myself. And so I'm still kind of down that rabbit hole. If anything occurs in that regard, I'll be sure to let you know. So let's talk about my stitching stats. My last video was 18 days ago. And I stitched for 11 days. And I have to tell you that I stitched that 11 days probably back to back right after my last video. Because then when July 4th hit, today's July 9th. I have not stitched in like 5 days. I haven't stitched a thing. So I am anxious to get back to it. But I was like one after the other. It was great. And so I stitched on 8 projects, including 1 start and 1 finish. Okay? Yes. This is awesome. And that makes 13 starts for me this year, which I am hashtagging 24 in 24 because I want to get 24 new starts in the year purposefully. I start all the things. I start a lot of projects, yes. But I want to be purposeful about it. I want to make sure I reach that 24 start goal in 24. And I'm sort of copying off of Pam at Let's Keep Stitching, because although her starts are not as willy-nilly as mine, she's got 24 starts planned for 2024. And then I spent a day kitting up some things that I'm going to be starting soon, right? Because let's just start all the things. Let's just start all the things. Let me just let you know, I have told my children my fortune is in my craft room. I've explained as much as I can about how certain things, increase in value. And so, yeah, let's leave it there. So I'm having a good time. So let me show you my finish. Let me show you my finish. I finished the Itch to Stitch. Ta-da! I love it so much. I love it so much. And so now I'm going to pull out the details. I didn't pull out the details. So what am I going to tell you guys? Okay. This is by, just a second. I am prepared. You're not prepared. The Itch to Stitch, here we go, is by October House Fiber Arts. I have stitched upside down. This video is either going to get better or worse. Who wants to take bets? Okay. All right, I stitched this on 32 count Freeze Lugana by Atomic Ranch, using all of the class called for classic colorworks, and there was a 1 week side works in there, which of course I don't really care for that, but I used it, and here is the finish. I am extremely happy about this. I can't wait to fully finish it and hang it somewhere in this craft room. I just have to, I'm gonna go through. Okay, it's the cover photo. I'll show that to you. The cover photo is this long pillow, and they even call it a skinny mini pattern. But because I'm going to put it here in the craft room, I really want to finish it another way. I don't really want to make a pillow. So I'm going to look through my stash of odds and ends that I've picked up from, you know, various thrift shops and so forth, and see if something fits it good. If not, I'm going to go out and go on the hunt for it. So that is my finish, the Itch to Stitch by October Fiber House. And guys, guess what? I'm ready to pass the stash. So I am done with my chart, and I am willing to pass it on to one of you. And all you need to do is use the word tomato, because I think that was my my favorite part. And I believe I stitched it last. I think I stitched this tomato last, and I was like, oh, what a cute little tomato, because I'm extra. And so use the word tomato somewhere in your comments, and you'll be entered to win this chart that I'm passing along to you. So that was the Itch to Stitch. And I had a start, which is Be My Honey by It's So Emma. And it was one of the Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterlies. Be My Honey. It's just so cute. It will go beautifully on my tier tray in the summertime. So yeah, I had to get this one started. So I am stitching this on 14 count Berkshire Hive Ada. I'm going to show it to you in a second. It's by Fabric Flair. It's got sort of a beehive print on the fabric, which it's very, very faint. So I have no idea whether it's showing up on camera. It doesn't look like it, but you might be able to see a little bit of it there. This is the cute needle minder that came with the Stitch Quarterly. And this is all that I got done. So I had to make a note to myself that when I am starting a new project, you know, guys, I love making my own floss tags. And if they can match, that's even better. So I did spend most of that day making these really, really cute floss tags. Will you look at these? They've got, can you see them? I don't know. My light is making me think that you can't see them, but I'm not sure. So they've got bees on the front and this cute yellow plaid on the back. And I just love them. So I took part of the day to make floss tags. And so that reduced my stitching time. So because of that, I am going to give this project one more day because I want to be fair to it. Because I don't think it's going to go into my daily rotation. I'm probably going to put it into my whip stash after that, but I do want to give it one more day. So that's Be My Honey by It's So Emma and the Fat Quarter Shop. That was my start. So my focus project was Trick or Treat by Doreen Jones that we were just talking about. And this is sort of kind of what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay. So cute. And I've been working on Death, which is the first one. And this is, okay, I could put a photo in here of where it was the last time I shared it with you. And this is what it looks like now. Here he is now. Okay. So he's basically done. I have done the little border thing underneath. It's got a couple of bats, which, yeah, the more bats, the better. And the TR. So we're getting there. And then we'll move over to, I think, the mummy. I'm stitching this on 18 count oatmeal Ada that was given to me by a viewer. And I started it for Stitch Mania in 2021. Now here's the thing. This might be a UFO. I may UFO this. I have to think about it. I did most of the back stitching on this, and I'm gonna tell you, I honestly don't mind backstitch. Like, it's not my favorite thing, and you know, like, I don't sing a song and clap hooray when it's time to do backstitch, but I don't really mind it. However, what I do mind is when the backstitch doesn't follow, I really don't know if you can see this, but when the backstitch doesn't exactly follow the stitching, that kind of drives me nuts. And it kind of drives me nuts to the point where, like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So what I'm going to do now, let's see, I stitched on this for 5 days. So it's going to go back into the whip pile now. And I'm really going to think about whether I want to continue to work on this and finish it, because the back stitching is truly getting on my nerves. So that's where that stands. And so when I finished working on that one for the 5 days, it was time for me to choose another focus project. And again, if you're new here, my focus projects are projects that come out of my whip pile that get worked on for several days in my attempt to whittle down the whip pile. Okay. So, the next focus project that I chose was Kaleidoscope by Lori Holt of Be in My Bonnet from the Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm trying to find a photo for you. Here we go. This is a beautiful photo. Ooh. Sorry. And this is what it'll look like when it's done. Of course, depending on what color scheme you choose to work with. And this can be found in, this chart can be found in the Kaleidoscope Quilt book. Okay? And the more I work on it, the more I really think I'm going to make something else out of this book. Like, these pillows are just, I love it. They're beautiful. So, I am going to insert a photo here of where it was the last time I shared it with you. And here it is now. I absolutely love this. I am working with DMC 310. Let me see. I don't know why I never have my notes out today. Today I just don't. DMC 310, DMC 3687 is this pinkish color. And then I'm using Vixen from Roxy Floss Co., which Caroline so generously gifted me with. And I absolutely love, 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 love that floss. I don't know if you can see the variegation, but the variegation is working perfectly for me. I sometimes have an issue with variegation because I want to see it. And I don't always get what I want when I'm using hand-dyed flosses. So, I'm stitching this on 16 count Aida using 2 strands of floss. And I started this back in July of 2021. So I only gave myself 3 days to work on it. I worked on it for 2 days. I'm gonna work on it for 1 more day. But this signifies whip number 7 of 7 whips that I said that I wanted to work on before I get a new start out of my to be started pile, which is my voluminous collection of cross-stitch charts. I like to post a video when I do that, so we can sort of dive into some of the charts that I have, and I just think it's a lot of fun to look through it and try to figure out what it is I'm going to start from there next. So I'm most likely gonna be doing a video about that real soon. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? The next thing that I worked on was Sushi Cat, which is really called, say Sushi, but I can't help calling it Sushi Cat. It's just, yeah, I love it. It's by DreamWorks. DreamWorks? No, by DesignWorks. Okay? And I'll insert a photo here of where it was the last time I shared it with you. And here it is now. I think I made some significant progress. I have his hands are at least outlined. This tray is completely finished. I'm saving all of the back stitching for last. So, you know, there's really not that much more to do on him. And working on him with the 14 count Ada and the kit floss. The floss that came in the kit. And I'm sorry he's not ironed. He looks a mess here, but yeah, I love him. So we'll continue with that. That's Sushi Cat. Sushi Cat, I'm very pleased. Now the next one that I worked on was Charlotte by Mirabilia, which I stitch on every Monday that I am not otherwise distracted, and I stitch on her for Mirror Monday, and this is what she will look like when she's done. This Mirabilia has given me, this is my very first Mirabilia, and has really sparked my love of Mirabilias. I think I have either one or two other ones going. I think I have one more mirror going at the moment. However, I will insert a photo here of what she looked like the last time we looked at her. And here she is now. The beauty, the beauty, the beauty. The beauty is just astounding. I'm gonna move the needle minder so you can get a better look. I'm stitching her on 32 count Cecil by Seraphim Hand Dyed Fabrics. Using all of the called for DMC flosses except for the color conversion that I've done on her skin and hair, which, let's see. Gabby asked if I could share the color conversion, and I'm happy to share. I've done it before, and so I am going to put the conversion in the description box for you. I'm going to try to do it as a 1-for-1 conversion, but you have to, you really still have to sort of use your own judgment, because for instance, I'm trying to think what I did. I know I did something with 310 that was just like a little different, but you know, I'll put it in the description box and you can take a look at it. And then if you have any questions, you can absolutely feel free to email me. My email is also in the description box below. But doesn't she look gorgeous? I went ahead and ordered some an 11 by 17 Q-snap, because the only Q-snap that I had, I'll explain that in a minute. The only Q-snaps that I had were 11 by 11, and that's fine. And I use Q-snaps when I stitch on her, except now that I'm down at the bottom part where her dress comes out over here, I would like to just put the whole thing in a Q-snap so I don't have any occasion to go back and forth. Because I'm not quite done over here either. So there's that. So that is Charlotte. She's coming along very, very nicely. I am still very much enjoying working on her. And when I don't get a chance to work on her on a Monday, I really do miss it. I really miss it. I'm like, aw, there was no Charlotte this week. So that's that. What else do I have? I also stitched on. Let's keep it going. Next door. How about if I take out the... Here we go. Next Door by Heartstring Samplery. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Because no matter what I do, I can't remember to bring my water in here with me. But this is Next Door by Heartstring Samplery. I'm stitching this for my sister, whom, yeah, I would give just about anything if she lived next door. I miss her so, 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 so much. I'm in North Carolina. She's in Connecticut. It was bad enough when she was in New York, but then she moved to Connecticut. So anyway, I'm going to insert a photo here of where it was the last time I showed it to you. And here it is now. Such gloriousness. The way these colors pop, I'm going to try to get, because this fabric, this is called Butternut. This is Butternut Lugana by Seraphim. It's, okay. It's a little bit deeper than it's showing up on camera because of the light. But I am loving the way these colors are popping on this fabric. This is everything to me. This is everything. So I had, it seems like the last time I was stitching on this, I just went like, I went hog wild on this bird. Like this bird was so, I may have to start this video over because now I'm showing you the back of the project. I'm trying to figure out how vain I really am. Like, how much do I really, how embarrassed am I really that I just went through that whole thing with the back of the, I think I'm not that embarrassed. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Here it is now. And so, as I was saying, I went a little berserk with this bird the last time. So when I picked it up this time, this bird was just completely out of line. It was, yeah, so I had to do some frogging. But I think I finally got it. I got it under control. And I'm really loving this project. And I can't believe that I showed you the whole back of it for like several minutes. So that is Next Door. And this is definitely one of those projects that I will keep working on until it's done. Now, my sister's birthday is at the end of July. So I, of course, did think for a few minutes. I'm like, well, I wonder if, you know, if I just keep working on it, will I be finished by her birthday? And then I decided that I didn't want to put that much stress on myself, especially if it meant that, you know, it wasn't going to be ready. Because, you know, I got to finish it. I got to fully finish it. And I have to mail it off. I don't think all of that is going to happen. So we'll just keep stitching on this until we get to a point where, you know, it's done. And I can send it to her. And again, I'm thinking pillow, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just don't really know. And so the last whip that I worked on is called Sedgwick. And it is by Shaded Stitchery. And this project has a lot of significance to me. This Nuri charted this in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of hip hop, which was started in the Bronx, New York, which is where I was born and raised. And I even have a photo of this exact address, 1520 Sedgwick Avenue, which I will insert here. And I will put a photo in here of where it was the last time I shared it with you. And here it is now. Now, I think I am stitching this on 22 count Hardinger. Let me just be sure. Let me pull out the card. 22 count Hardinger in white. And I've said before that, you know, like, I don't mind stiff Ada, but oh my goodness, you can hear this thing crunch. But, you know, I'm making it. I don't know that I'm ever going to stitch anything on this again, but it is serving its purpose. And so I chose to use DMC 413, which is this dark gray, because it looked like pencil to me. And so I wanted it to look like this invitation was written in pencil. And then I just decided to accent it with the 3829 to give it just a little pop of color, and so that it can match the next chart that I'm going to be stitching after I finish this one. And it's going to be really, really cute hanging in my home. So this is the Back to School Jam, August 11th, 1973. Yep. Yeah. So 1973 in August, that's the year I graduated high school. So I think I was actually working. I think I was actually working already, because I do remember graduating high school and going to work. So yeah, lots of memories, and it has a lot of significance to me. And Shaded Stitchery is a designer whose charts I can't get enough of. So that was all of my whips. So what I want to do next is I have a huge box that was sent to me by my friend Jenny, who goes by I'm a Stitch Girl on Instagram. Jenny still stitches, but her job is keeping her hella busy. And so she generously sent us a box of goodies that I really, really, really am excited to share with you guys. So just give me a moment. So I wanted to show you the box so that you could get an idea of kind of what you're in for right now. And I hope that you enjoy just looking at all the things, because, honey, we got some stuff. We got some stuff. We got some stuff. So she packaged it really nicely. Everything is cushioned well. And so I tried to leave everything in the box the way it was before I shared it with you, because I just didn't want everything all over the place flying around and so forth. So we are doing this kind of raw. I cannot believe the goodness that's here. So I am first going to show you the items that Jenny sent that were specifically for me, which I thought was great. She says, a gift for you. I hope you don't have this already. And it is the Bee Queen by Tiny Modernist. Now, let me just say, I do already have the Bee Queen and from Tiny Modernist. In fact, I have a couple of copies of them. But I am not sad. I am not sad that she sent me a copy, because this means I can give a copy to one of you. I won't be doing any giveaways from this box today, guys, but I do want to show you what's coming up. But one of the best parts about this is that she sent me the rest of the kit. So you know what this means, guys? If it's kitted, I have to start it. So I'm gonna be starting this one real soon. Thank you, Jenny. I'm just so over the moon that I'm just so over the moon. And you may have noticed that this is my Flosstube number 95. And I've sort of been putting some things aside for my Flosstube number 100. So stay tuned for that. I've been trying to gather some things, guys. And yeah. And okay. All right. So that's that part of it. Very exciting. Okay. The next thing that's in this box is there are a couple of sets of Q-snaps. This looks like 8-inch Q-snap, and this is probably the 11-inch Q-snap. And as far as I can tell, this one is definitely the original Q-snap. So this is really good, because I won't have to be, you know, just reliant upon one set of Q-snaps. I can actually maybe get some other things going. So that's good. I'm just gonna really dump everything right here because it's a lot. Okay, we also have this beautiful needle holder. This wooden needle holder. It's magnetic on the inside. And if I wanted to, I could cross stitch something and put it in there. So that was neat. She also sent some, so I'm still talking about stuff that I know I'm keeping. She sent, like, oh my gosh, it was the most beautiful yarn. And guys, this is sock yarn. And if you've been with me for a while, you know that I want to knit socks so badly. Guys, I just really have still not found the time. But this is pushing me one step closer. I'm getting closer, because now I actually have sock yarn. And here's another one, and this is hand-painted yarn. Hand-painted sock yarn. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about it. Okay, let's put this back in here so that I can put it on the floor. Okay. So much stuff. Just big stuff, there's little stuff. Okay. So, let's do this first. Absolute insanity. She sent 2 needle minders. This one is from the Nerdy Needle, and it is this absolute beautiful peacock. Beautiful. Can you see that? It's so sparkly. And the other one is from Snarky Crafter Designs, And it's actually a little embroidery hoop that has a saying in there, and I'm trying to remember, see what it says. I forgot. This is proof that I have the patience to stab something 14,000 times. So that's cute, right? A cute needle binder. And then I have a set of, I don't know if you call it a set or not, but this neck light, which I also use while I also like to use when I'm crocheting this type of thing. Well, I've always wanted one. Let's put it that way. I don't currently, until now, have one. But I've always wanted to use that, like crocheting. Like say you're crocheting in bed with the lights are dim in my bedroom. So that's cute. Next we have, now we're getting into more stuff that is likely going to be shared with you guys. Okay, so pay attention. Here is a Dimensions kit. It is the Love Snow Globe Ornament. Love Snow Globe Ornament. Right? Like Dimensions. That's adorable. Then we have, okay, so now I'm going to just take this whole pile out of the box. I'm trying to be graceful. Am I being graceful? No. Okay. Here we go. All right. And sit that over there. And now things might be a little better. I don't know. Okay. So there's a lot of charts and kits here, guys, okay? First one is Bent Creek. The first two are Bent Creek, actually. The first one is, and I'm going to try to go through them as quickly as possible because we're just looking. The first one is the Cold Snowman. And the second one is Santa Train. They're just so adorable. Okay. Also in this package are, this is winter quilts, which I believe came from an issue of Stitcher's World. Then we have Crosswing Collection Alpha Birds. Look at that. Alpha Birds. I like that so much. And I know a lot of you are bird lovers. If you can see in the back, someone stitched this on an Afghan. Next we have the Dimensions kit, Indian Peacock. Beautiful. Beautiful. That would go so great with that needle minder. Then we have the Forest Birds Stocking. All of you bird lovers, look at this stuff. Like, oh my goodness. The Forest Birds Stocking. Beautiful. By Dimensions. Another Dimensions kit is the Santa's Truck Stocking. I can't believe it. Another Dimensions kit is, this is Dimensions Gold Collection, Snowman Gathering. The Snowman Gathering Stocking. I can't even believe it. I just can't. I just can't even believe it. Ugh. Then we have, from Better Homes, Cross Stitch and Country Crafts, Santas of Fable and Fantasy. Yeah. Yeah. we have, this is Arbris Art. It's a DIY cross-stitch kit. And I can't really say, it's in another language, and I'm not even really sure what the language is, but it's beautiful. And I'm not sure if, like, I have a feeling that it's printed fabric, but I'm not really sure. But we can get into all of that later, but it's beautiful. Also, Cross My Heart, the Antique Wedding Sampler. We have some DMC soluble canvas. And in case you're not familiar with this, this is what you would use if you want to, let's say, cross-stitch on an article of clothing. She also sent some fabric, which is some, and I'm kind of excited about this too. We have some Lugana. It looks like Lugana, but it's kind of stiff. So I'm just really, it might be Ada. I think it's Ada. I think it's like 18 count Ada. It's a pretty big piece. And then we have some gritted fabric. I think it's 25 count. I hope it's 25 count because I've been wanting to try this. I've been wanting to try stitching on this. So guys, there is the Stitchy Kindness that we received. And again, I say we because I am definitely going to be sharing these things with you guys. And I just wanted to show you, you know, the generosity that has come this way. And Jenny, if you're watching, if you find time to watch, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, I'm just going to put this stuff away, and then we're going to get back to our regular Flosstube. So, I also received my Halloween issue of Just Cross Stitch. I didn't take the label off, so I'll just plant my hand right there. And the subscription to Just Cross Stitch was gifted to me by Pat. So thank you, Pat. I have the Halloween issue here. I only went through it quickly one time, so I didn't really put tabs on anything that I wanted to stitch. I will be doing that. And I am sure that you will be able to find flip-throughs of this Halloween magazine somewhere on YouTube. And I'm trying to see if there is. Okay. We can take a quick look at the spread. The spread in the back that shows all of the things. I do see a few things that I do want to mark off so that I can stitch them. So that was that. And so I think we're going to go ahead and talk about giveaway. We're going to talk about the giveaway winner from last week, who is going to receive, this Mad for Plaid project bag from Back Quarter Shop, which contains support group, the cross stitch chart for support group. You will also receive the floss keeper, and you will receive, I'm dropping. Okay, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. You will receive the DMC thread pack, and I'm going to bend over to pick up the support group needle minder. all of this is gonna go to, drum roll please, Jeanette Lee, 1973. Congratulations, Jeanette. If you would please get in touch with me by email at designloris1@gmail.com, which is also listed in the description box below. Send me an email with your mailing address, and I will put that in the mail for you. Thank you so much. So we have giveaways for this week as well. Don't forget that if you are interested in the itch to stitch, use the word tomato somewhere in your comment. In order to enter the giveaways, please be over the age of 18. Please be in the United States. Please do not use the word giveaway or free or prize or anything like that in the comments. And please do be a subscriber. And so today we are also giving away the Stackables January from It's So Emma at Backwater Shop. Stackables January. That is so cool with the blue. I love the trees. I love the ice skates. Pretty cool. And you will also, same person will also receive the Simply Signs pattern. This is the very first one that ever came out, and it's called Be Mine. Okay? So if you are interested in winning both of these charts, please use the word winter somewhere in your comment. Winter. And I will pull a winner before my next floss tube. So let's see. That's all I have to show you. I think that was a lot. I hope you really enjoyed that. My plans coming up, I promised you a video tutorial about the crochet edging on my Santa snack. I'll insert a photo. And I do apologize that I haven't done it yet, but it's coming. It's coming. I want to remind you about Stitch the Olympics, which you can find all of the details at the Naptime Stitcher on Instagram. The Olympics start July 26th. I am planning on trying to participate where I can. I'm pretty sure that I will not be able to follow every prompt, but I do plan on jumping in there wherever I can. As you saw by this video, I do have a couple of new starts planned. I have a couple of things that I kitted up. I'm waiting for some additional floss from 123 Stitch. And when that comes in, I'm going to get started on those. And I'm going to plan to do my next floss tube in 2 weeks. So I want to thank everyone for buying me a coffee. Those of you who have bought me a coffee, there is a link in the description box below. I really do appreciate your support. I use the proceeds from Buy Me a Coffee to help me to pay for shipping. And I really do appreciate your support in that way. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so. And hit the bell so that you could be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And don't be shy. Leave a comment. I love the comments. Leave the comments. I read them all. I'm going to leave you with words of inspiration to get you through the next couple of weeks. And just want to tell you to live for the moments that you can't put into words. I love you all. Have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you as soon as I can find my clicker.